Hey everybody, it's Kenny K, and I actually wanted to talk about the 1981 Halloween 2 TV cut. Now, a lot of people probably know that the first Halloween had a TV cut, which had to be about 10 ish minutes longer, and the actors came back in what I believe is 82, and those 10 minutes, so Donald Pleasance came back, Dr. Loomis, Jamie Lee Curtis, I believe Nancy Loomis, Annie, BJ Souls, Linda, and for those 10, 11 minutes of extra scenes, apparently the budget, that was the same budget or even more than the original budget that was for the original movie of 1978, which was $320,000. $20,000 going to Donald Pleasance because he was the established actor. He was he played in James Bond. You Only Live Twice, and he's basically the spoof version is Doctor Evil is based on his villain uh, during the part in You Only Live Twice with Sean Connery, and you can see for free the TV cut on YouTube, um, and you would be an idiot if you don't want to see it because it has a lot of cool Smith's Grove scenes that are added in. Donald Pleasance, Dr. Loomis trying to, you know, convince the some kind of board to bring Michael Myers to a stricter facility, instead of this a heavy security facility, instead of this light security facility, Smith's Grove, and he doesn't get it, and a lot of extra things. Now, Halloween 2 had a TV cut too, which added about 5 to 6 minutes more footage, or they say, or 20 minutes more footage. Basically, the TV cut is an hour and 33 or 34 minutes long. And basically, the TV version, like in the original, cut out a little bit more of the gore and the nudity. Although in the first movie you didn't have a lot of gore, and the only nudity you had was PJ Souls when she says, "See anything you like," when Michael Myers with the Bob, when he's under the sheets playing Bob with the glasses over the sheet, that Michael Myers still has some kind of intelligence there. And I believe that's cut away, but when she's suffocated, you do see her boobs in the TV cut. In the TV cut of Halloween 2, I believe the boobs of the nurse who's in the hot tub with Bud, which was actually very cold water in real time, is, I think it's kind of limited, and the gore. But actually, Halloween 2, they said it had more gore. It had more gore. The goriest scene was the hot tub scene when she gets burned, and then maybe the marshal kill. The marshal who was sent to retrieve Dr. Loomis with Nurse Marion, his private nurse, who we also see in the first movie in the beginning, uh, where he gets his throat slit. That's maybe the most, and when he gets to the bullets through the eyes, maybe that's the bloodiest scene. But I personally have the fan edit, an hour 43 minutes long. So it's very cool what these fan editors can do, and nowadays it's getting better and better and better. I got three scenes in here that I think, I mean, that one of many scenes that they should have put in, and it's not like it's put it together like trash, like you got a scene and then it's interlooping with another scene, you go back to the past and then to the future or back to the past. No, he's edited very well. The ultimate cut, that's the name of this fan edit. And I'm not gonna put them on YouTube because they asked specifically not to put the movies on YouTube. So I'm gonna give you three scenes. The first scene is basically this one.
Tonight, as the result of an attack by an escaped mental patient. Further details will be forthcoming as soon as we get them.
Do you believe it?
No.
I believe it. I'm not
And
about the drugs involved.
that scene is actually this weird conversation again with the security guard, Mr. Garrett, who like two times in the movie says it was drugs.
That's what's wrecking society.
Drugs killed him or something. Yeah, it's all about drugs. And this weird, but this scene was the only scene in the entire fan edit that was VHS quality, weirdly enough. And it was also a little bit shorter because normally it begins with a TV that says Michael Myers has killed three youngsters in blah 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 in that city, and he burned. But he had a lot of more scenes, like one of the nurses flipping out. I forgot her name. She's just paranoid as hell and yelling when Jamie Lee Curtis, Laurie Strode comes back and says he's dead. He's not dead. He can be killed. He can be killed. And she's then paranoid and she says to the nurse who dies in the hot tub, "You didn't hear what Laurie Strode said about Michael Myers still being alive," and then of course being scared because they're working in this hospital with a fucking crew of 8 people, I believe. One security guard, 2 paramedics, a doctor who's drunk out of his mind, a head nurse, and 3 nurses, 8 people, right? So, and then there were more patients there in rooms than only Laurie Strode. We see that at some point when the blonde nurse sitting behind Nurse Jill, I think is her name, going to a room because somebody's, buzzing for her, and a bunch of babies too. What happened with them with the explosion? Now there's also this scene. Which I like that
too.
Hunt
Now maybe there's
shows
another
that
boy
he
in there
is
on that
willing to
slab
help
dead because of
Loomis
him. So,
to kill him,
don't
to
blame
catch
me,
him,
Doctor.
and basically
Just tell me
kill
fine,
him.
you can
That's what
stop
he
him.
wanted to
Alright.
do. And people
Any
always made
ideas?
fun of
Well,
Hunt because he had this accent like
He was
this.
wounded. He
Get
might have
him
tried to
and
get home.
let's kill him. And then when he says to Sheriff Brackett, "Lee, one of the 3 kids dead. One of them was Annie." But I didn't really mind the accent, but I like that scene where coming out of the coroner's office, he's willing to go the distance with Loomis to catch and kill Michael Myers, or at least incarcerate Michael Myers. Killing was the preferable option, probably. And then the last scene that I'm gonna show you, of course, this had the happier ending where Jimmy, the paramedic, is actually still alive because, he had a concussion because he fell. Sorry, that's a spoiler, but okay, sorry, spoiler, but he goes towards his car. He sees Laurie Strode sitting in there, hiding in there, and he says, "Oh, no bot, no worries. We're going away. But I think I have a." And then his head on his head on the steering wheel, and she puts his head back because it was on the. And it's obviously that he's concussed, so he's still alive. So that ending to me was way better. I mean, they made that movie specifically to end the reign of Michael Myers. End the reign of Michael Myers. So she being in that, in that in the ambulance, that somebody behind her is coming up in a white sheet, and she sees it's Jimmy, and she's crying, saying, "We made it, we made it." I think that's better than just her looking through the window when they drive away and you hear the song of Mr. Sandman. I don't know. I thought that was better. But there's this alternate kill that actually, in my opinion, was better than a throat slit because that the Michael Myers in Halloween 2 showed a lot, not a lot of intelligence. He was just walking like, and that was Dick Warlock. Dick Warlock, who's also a stuntman who played Hooper in Jaws when Hooper is attacked underneath the cage, and that's something maybe a lot of people didn't know. So he was a known stuntman, but he actually didn't look. He didn't know about Halloween. Didn't even do the research. So he started walking like this Frankensteinish person. But then you have this one scene which shows he has intelligence.
Get away from him! He stopped breathing!
You can see he uses the Marshall as a bulletproof vest, basically. So Loomis kills him accidentally, but that to me shows intelligence. Okay, so he had intelligence, and that was a good shot, actually, in my opinion. I prefer that one over the throat slit because the throat slit is a throat slit, you know. We had better ones in other 81 slasher movies. So that being said, if you ever find that, I don't know who that person was. If you find the 1 hour and 43-minute cut, it has all the TV cut versions, the Rosenthal cut, the Carpenter cut, because Carpenter cut was the gorier one. The Rick Rosenthal, the head director of the movie, he wanted less blood and more character development. And then you have the TV cut, which added a lot of more of character development or cool scenes in there, and that's basically edited in this one cool fan edit of 1 hour and 43 minutes long. That being said, I hope you enjoyed the movie. Comment, like, subscribe. It's free. It's all good. See you later.